How's everyone doing today? Madman Morgan here. We are going to be doing a little game development today. So last time where we left off, we had inserted a creature into the game, and we were running into some issues. So let's just straight up, let's go right into the game. Let's look around a little bit and see what bugs we can find from introducing a new monster. So let's get this going. I suppose I'm not wasting any time getting right into it. Yeah, just really excited to program. What can I say? Give this a quick compile. Oops. Okay, we'll leave that for a second. Okay, so while it's compiling, So yeah, this was just essentially a test run. I'm actually interested in working quite a bit with this engine. I'm not sure, I don't know, I don't have a special affinity to the Barony engine. It's just, I don't know, it's there, open source, so it gives you something to work with right off. So yeah, I was kind of testing out what it was like to add a new monster. I think I'd like to improve some of the code around how monsters are loaded in, where the information is kept, and how it's stored. Because I would like to add some more monsters. In addition to that, I'd like to see some more, I guess, like effects and spells. And so, yeah, we'll eventually go through all these topics on this channel here. So I hope you'll join me for those. Okay, there we go. Build succeeded. Quite a few warnings, no errors, but that's what we like to see. So let's boot up the game. And okay, we'll go through and we'll see what bugs we can find. I know there's going to be some bugs with the language. Oh, I didn't switch that over. You actually don't get that message just from the game. This is only if you're using the open source engine. This guy's shooting you with an arrow. I was kind of hoping he would attack me. Yeah, I'll just load that up again. Okay, so the null slimes you. That's obviously not right. That's supposed to be a goblin. If I attack it, you can see that that's coming up in the title, in the health bar. But some of the other language fields aren't working properly. So what we're going to do today, right now, is we're going to go through and fix those. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Yeah, we'll see it. Okay. So, what's essentially going on is, by adding another monster, a lot of the fields and whatnot were sort of based around a particular order, which obviously isn't very friendly to modification. So essentially, once you add something to the stack, you get an off by one error from anything you've from where that was inserted. And I've managed to fix some of that, like the language bar. I'm sorry, the language on the health bar, where it's actually pulling the entity from a new file. What we're going to do then is we're just going to keep modifying what's here to make it just a little bit more friendly for adding new monsters. Okay. So first things first, we need to hunt down where that language is actually being used. I've actually scoped out this problem a little bit ahead of time, so I'm not going to need to do quite as much troubleshooting. Let's just go to my desktop. Okay, so this is where I've added just the English versions of the monster names in my own special field. So if we look at this this English file, you'll see that everything has a number, a space, there'll be a text string, and then it's ended by a pound. And obviously that's a little rigid, because if you want to insert another another name here, you're basically out of luck. However, if we do it in this sort of format, you can add and add and add. And so what I've done then is on each creature class, I've added an enumeration that corresponds to this first field, human. They're all the same. I mean, this is the idea of this is for localization, so that if you, for example, wanted to have a French or Spanish file, you'd still use the first term here, but then you'd provide the Spanish or the French name here. And so we're going to try and keep going with that sort of theme of using an enumeration to try and pull out the text rather than this much more rigid index, like numbered index. Okay, so the text that was first appearing was the null was slimed. So first off, let's look for the text slimed. Didn't find it. That's interesting. Didn't know about that. Injury types. Okay. Slimes you. So this is where the those text strings are coming from for that bit in the player console there. So we're going to actually look for that number. It's going to be referencing that number when it's pulling out that text. Actually, excuse me. Okay, so here we go. Message player color. And one of the things it's going to be doing is... oh, excuse me. So I've already placed this string manipulation here. Monster name char. Hit stats. Lookup key. Yeah, that's right. So this lookup key is going to be a string, I believe. Yeah, std string. So that's already been replaced. And actually, that's kind of interesting. So, okay, I don't want to keep creating new sort of global variables for each one of these. At this point, I just kind of want to use the file that's already there. So what I'm going to do is basically create a function that acts like a shim, so that it's going to pull out the correct language from this language file based on an enumeration on the monster class. So yeah, if we look at monster daemon, I've added to my stats a hit type called mul. Actually, let's just follow that through. So, monster hit types. These are the different types of hits that were found in this file. I've already kind of gone through a little bit of this already, just to speed things up. But, so, you know, there's a hit, bite, slime, so on and so forth. So what we're going to have to do then is we're going to have to go through each one of these creature types and add the enumeration that corresponds to what is currently being pulled out of that language file. And first things first, then, is we're going to create that sort of method shim, so that if we put in whatever type of enumeration of hit that we want, we get the right language out. It's just basically going to be a case statement. Where to put that, though? Should be a fairly simple method to create. You know what, just for brevity, I'm going to put that in a file. Files. I'm kind of wondering if I should put that into main, just because that's where that language variable's kept. Actually, you know what, I might just do that. What the heck? What's the convention? Okay, so we're going to want our enumeration type as the parameter. Where have we declared that? I'm actually pretty new to C++. I'm just, I can't remember the syntax right off. Is it with or without parentheses? I might have to look that up real quick. Okay, easy enough. Good grief. There we go. Okay, so excuse me. Hit we're going to look up is 133. So we're going to take. Realistically, we shouldn't continue to use that global variable because that creates essentially a dependency. Very tempted to just pass that in. But, whatever, it's the way it is right now. I'd have to rewrite a large portion of the program to not deal with that. So, let's just deal with that for now. Yeah, and we'll just have to go through and map out these to each case. Height is 134. suppose the brake's not really necessary, is it? Six. Seven. Mouse isn't responding. There we go. Okay, almost done. Pound. Perfect. Okay, just add this to the header. Sorry. Okay, let's just build that quick to make sure that Give me the errors. Oh, oh dear. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's just do this for now. I'm going to, oh, excuse me. Okay, let's try that. Okay, well, I give you a huge amount. Oh, no, that's right. There was like 780 errors or warnings. Okay, so that acts like a shim for the language. Now, anytime we create a new creature, we just need to put this hit type enumeration on them. And then when we call that function, we just put the hit type in there and we get the correct string. Realistically, we could delete ones that have been reused. Let's just change views quick. Oh, it's not desktop. So you can see that some of these have been repeated, hits. Now we don't have to repeat it, so we can essentially recycle these and create a new hit type if we wanted to. The problem is you'd have to modify all the language files, not just the English one, so that actually becomes a bit of a process to try and add new language like that. Okay, so now we actually need to call the function in our entity language here. So we're no longer going to be using this guy. Now, I'm curious. I don't remember if or what I called it. What I called the field on the monster class. There we go. My stat hit type equals mul. And then yeah, we'll have to go to each of the different monster classes and then add the correct hit type for their for the current language file, and then essentially that will make it so that we're using the new system and everything is previous is unchanged. Everything works the way it did previously. So in our entity file, entity. Okay. Excuse me. My apologies. So now our little demo, we did have the goblin there. We're gonna just quickly add it to him. Oh, actually, you know, I've already done that. So hit type is going to be the enumeration hit. When we hit our language file, oh, I'll probably have to replace that one as well. I'll just give a quick check here to make sure that that language is not used anywhere else. And it looks like it's not. Okay, right on. I think we can compile this. Look if we're down 2 warnings now. Weird. It's good, I suppose. Give that a quick build, and then we'll test that out to see if our changes took. Make sure that everything's working properly. Okay, that succeeded. Oops. Put that up in debug mode. Okay, boot it up. That's always a good sign. Ah, it's got an arrow. Just restart it. There we go, perfect. The null hits. Okay, well, the important thing is we're not getting slimed anymore. We're actually getting our proper verbiage. So that's good. That's a step in the right direction. However, we're still getting the null. So we have a bug somewhere along the way when we're pulling up our creature's name. Let's try and hunt that down. But hey, that's at least progress. Now, we'll still actually have to go through each one of these creature classes and try and map that out. Actually, you know what? Let's do that first. Just to make sure we're completing our job here. Oops. Sorry, folks. Put you back to Visual Studio. Actually, let's switch views here. Okay, so here's our entry type list, and we're basically just gonna have to work through it. To figure out which hit type each creature gets. Let's see here, what were they using before? Type, okay. And where's the big not there. Fantastic. Oh, okay, this would be it right here. So, first one, human, gets, so it's going to be 0, nothing's called. That's going to be our first corresponding number here. So this isn't actually ever used. Second on the list is going to be human. Rat is going to be bite. So, you know what, let's just pull this up through the order that that was presented to us. So we're going to go hit type, monster, rats, and we're going to bite. Okay, easy enough, right? Evil rat, which was just our sort of test creature to to add in. We're also going to give that hit type bite, because it is also a rat. Get the feeling I should have closed that. Evil rat, already done. Goblin. Okay. Hits. Easy enough. Already in there. Beautiful. That's right. Oh boy. Slime. I'm just gonna go in a limb here. See that the slime is probably slimed. Oh, slimed you. There you go. There you go. Right, slimed. Okay, because slime is a monster enumeration, so I need to be careful about that. That was confusing. Okay, actually, sorry. Just to explain that a little bit closer. So, this is why when you're a programmer, you need to have a very good attention to detail. Slime is actually a monster enumeration, whereas slimed is the hit type enumeration. Close. Very, very different. And thank goodness for Visual Studio being able to catch something like that, because I can't imagine how long it would take to try and troubleshoot something like that. It's just one of those little things where it's just really hard to hunt down sometimes. Okay, troll. What is a troll going to do to us? It's going to thump us. Okay, okay. Octopus doesn't actually appear in the game as far as I know. And there's no class for octopus, but it is in fact in there anyways. Spider, bite, makes sense to me, totally logical, I'm not going to argue that one. This looks like it's missing its name now. Let's just see, should we do that? No, that was not anywhere else. Okay. Attention to detail. I keep telling you. Ghoul. What is a ghoul gonna do? Right, hit, easy enough. Oops. Skeleton is going to hit. I'll just put the head a little bit. Scorpion, sting. Yeah. Ah, the joys of programming, eh? Can be a little repetitive at times. It looks like it's just me in here today. I had two people there viewing the channel for a little bit anyways. Yeah, anyways. So I'm just talking to myself. It's A-okay with me. Scratch. Alright. Bugbear also does not appear. We do not have a class for bugbear. Friendly little gnomes are going to strike us. Striking little creatures. Good strike. Yeah. Apparently I don't have a strike. I don't have a we'll have to add that to our shim function. Okay, extraction should function now. Demon. Maul. Already have it. Succubus doesn't exist. Oh no, wait. Succubus does exist. I'm getting confused here. How could she slap? Mimic, I don't think was implemented. Was not. That was obviously something that was cut. That's a shame. Someone's been playing Dark Souls. Lich, okay. So, skip one. Slap is going to be Succubus. Bite is going to be Mimic. Hit is going to be Lich. Bound and hit. Okay. Gee, I hope you folks can read the text on the screen. Yeah, maybe I should just button up one more, just to make sure. Boy, this would be terribly boring if you couldn't actually read what was going on the screen. Minotaur, Devil, which was Pound. And Shopkeeper, which should be hit. Okay, that should be all our creatures now. And I'm just going to take a quick look at this guy. So why would a goblin come up with null for that? So look at these goblin. Goblin, that looks okay to me. Alright, no matter. Let's not worry about that for the moment. Okay, let's test our work here. Oh, actually, we need to compile before we can do anything. Okay, that could take a bit. That's probably have to recompile quite a bit. Okay, all built. No errors. An additional warning. What can you do? Can't win them all. Okay. Let's debug this. Okay, so the null hits, so that's obviously still a problem. I wonder if it's loading in that file correctly. I'll have to do some troubleshooting on that. Okay, but the null hits, well, that's probably Goblin. Hits, seems appropriate, works for me, I can live with that. And we actually get Goblin when we look. Okay, so it's pulling in the file correctly somewhere. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, and as you can see, I modified the map a little bit. I put, recreated the first level with the goblin in the front there, just for quick troubleshooting.
The Minotaur is coming. You best not let her go for much longer, mortal.
That's right, the null bites. Okay, so we're not going to get any names. It doesn't look like the names are coming through correctly in the console, but they're coming through correctly in the health bar, which yeah, I find kind of unusual. They should be pulling from the same stores. Let's see what else we can find. This is the character model that I added, the little rat. Again, you can see that it's appearing correctly in the health bar. Oh, let's just keep going here. So at the very least, we fixed at least one of the bugs. There's still that name bug coming through that we'll have to troubleshoot at some point. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Start seeing some different creature types. Come on, throw me a bone here. That sounds right. Whatever.
Wildcat hungers for human flesh. Flies to find this place soon.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied. It looks like everything's working on hit type language. So I'm pretty satisfied. We'll just move on with that. Yeah, you know what? Let's just put a breakpoint. Okay, so what is going on here? Well, our lookup keys there are allocator. That looks correct to me. Error reading character strings. Okay. Is that because it's not processed yet? Oh yeah, probably. VA starts. Whatever. Let's just sit down to here. I didn't catch that. Weird. Oh no, it did. And that doesn't look right. Oh, that's fine. Disable that for now.
Right.
Okay, lookup key is empty. Are you even looking at the right object? What's going on here? Okay, so this is the object of the player. He doesn't have a lookup key.